In this lecture, I am going to tell you how we can use JQuery date picker for input field, and I will also tell you how we can disable dates, provide min date and max date in JQuery date picker, and I will also tell you how we can allow change year and change month functionalities in JQuery date picker, and I will also tell you how we can call a function on select date in JQuery date picker. So let's get started. I have already created a HTML file called date-picker.html and I opened that file in the code editor. Now I will search jQuery date picker in Google and then I will click on this link, which is jqueryui.com/datepicker, where we have this date picker, and we can get the sample code on clicking on this view source button. And now I will copy all the code from here and I will paste that inside our HTML file. And then I will remove this link from here and then I will provide HTTPS before this link. And inside this HTML file we have an input field of ID date picker, and then you see we are calling this date picker method onto our input field. Okay, because we have this jQuery UI JS inside this HTML file, that's why we can call this .datepicker method. Okay, now if I open this file in Google Chrome, let's see what we have now. So let's open this file in Google Chrome. You see we have this input field, and if I go to this input field, you see we have this beautiful date picker here. Now I will tell you how we can change date format. So if I choose a date, you see the date format is DDMMYY. Now let's change the date format. So let's go to our code. So how we can change the date format? We can provide an object inside this date picker method and we can provide date format here. So let's say the date format will be dd-mm-yy. Save this file and then let's refresh this page and select a date. Now the date is in dd-mm-yy format. So we successfully changed the date format in jQuery date picker. Now I will tell you how we can allow change year and change month functionalities in jQuery date picker. You see right now we cannot change the year directly. We have to navigate on clicking on this previous and next button. We cannot change the year directly here. So let's allow change year and change month functionalities. So let's provide change year true and then change month true, and refresh this URL and on click on this input field. You see now we are able to change the month and change the year from here. So we successfully allow change year and change month functionalities to our jQuery date picker. Now I will tell you how we can call a function on select date. So we can call a function on selected date with this on select event. So on select we can call a function here and then I will alert a message on select. And now if I refresh this URL and select a date, you see we have this alert because I provided the alert inside this callback function. So let's console log this and let's see what we have in the console. So let's refresh this URL and open our developer console and let's select a date. You see now we have this input field. Okay, so now what I will do, so we have done date format, we have done change year, change month, and on select we called a function Now what I will do, I will tell you how we can provide min date and max date to our jQuery date picker. So we can provide min date with this min date keyword. Suppose the min date will be today's date, that means user will not be able to choose previous date. So if I provide min date today, let's see what we have now. You see the user cannot choose previous dates because the minimum date here is a today, right? So user cannot choose previous date. Let's say the min date is -2. So let's say what we have now. Right now you see the user can choose the day and before 2 days date. You see, because I provided -2 here, right? So let's provide -10 and then let's provide max date. So let's provide max date plus 10, that means, or plus 1, that means user can choose one future date, right, from today's date. Now if I refresh this URL, and you see now the user can choose today's date plus one date, right? He cannot choose any other future dates. So we can allow min date and max date like this way, and you can provide the exact date here. Now I will tell you how we can disable dates in jQuery date picker. So let's provide max date today's date plus 100. Also let's provide min date today's date minus 100. Okay, now let's discuss about disable dates in jQuery date picker. Let's say we are going to disable these dates. Okay, we are going to disable these dates. So what we need to do, we need to provide before show day key here, and this will be a callback function, and we will get date for each date, and we are storing the date to a string, and we are formatting the date to OI, MM and DD format. And then what we are doing, we are checking if the date is in this array. That means if the date we are getting from date picker is present in this array, then we are returning an array with true or false value. False means this will be disabled, and true means this will not be disabled, that means this will be visible. Okay, now let's save this file and let's refresh this URL and open this date picker. You see now 20 January, 22 January and 24th January are disabled here because we provided these dates in disable dates array, right? That's why these dates are disabled in the calendar. So this is how we can disable dates in jQuery date picker. Okay, so that's it for jQuery date picker. And if you want to modify anything in your jQuery date picker, then you can do it by clicking on this API documentation link. You see, you can do lots of other things which you can get from here. You can read the whole documentation and you can modify jQuery date picker as per your project's requirement. So thank you for watching these videos. So if you like the video, you can subscribe my channel for future videos. So stay connected.